Hey, friends. Today we're going to talk about something that might feel a little bit sensitive, a little bit uncomfortable, but I promise it's important. We're talking about how women accidentally sabotage their business and how men do not. This isn't a men versus women video, and I am not here to tell you that women are less capable. We most certainly are not, but there are some things about our personality generally that can sabotage us in our business success. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Hey guys, I'm Bonnie Wiscombe. I'm a mom, a life coach, and a business coach for women who are trying to build content or coaching businesses and just can't seem to make progress. In this video, I'm going to make sure that you can embrace your more masculine traits or more masculine energy in order to be the type of successful business owner that you want to be without negating your God-given strengths as a woman. Okay, first thing we need to talk about. Women are different from men. I know this is not a popular theory, and there's a lot of different theories about gender these days, but as a Christian, I believe that God made us this way for a reason, and that the God-given traits we have as women are powerful, and they are designed to serve us and serve our fellow men. But they can be weaknesses, just like any strength can be. So the strengths I'm talking about are things like emotional intelligence. Women tend to be very intuitive and very emotionally intelligent. Self-reflection. We're also very aware of the space we take up in the world, and we're very in tune with how people see us in the world. We're very empathetic generally and nurturing. This is what makes us wonderful mothers. And these, like I said, are incredible gifts. I do not want you to wish you were a different way. But in business, sometimes these traits can lead to not so great actions, like overthinking every decision. Does that sound familiar? Taking setbacks personally. No. Feeling crushed by rejection. Or experiencing self-doubt and imposter syndrome over and over and over again. Or waiting until we feel fully qualified and completely ready before we take action. Have you guys ever heard of the study that showed that men who apply for jobs generally do so when they feel like they meet around 60% of the qualifications, whereas women more often wait till they meet 95 or 100% of the qualifications? That just tells us something a little bit about women. Like I said, we tend to take things a little bit more personally. We self-reflect a little bit more. Can be a strength, can also be a weakness in business. So what is it about men? What is it about those God-given manly traits that makes them really intrinsically good at business in general? Well, they tend to see business as a game. I don't know a lot of guys that get into business and are just really emotional about how it's going to go. They don't look at it as a reflection of their worth. They just think it's something fun to try. They go into it expecting setbacks, and they keep moving when the setbacks come. They don't expect it to go perfectly. They also, like I said, assume more competence than we women do sometimes, and they just figure things out as they go. I don't know how to do it. Well, I'll figure it out, right? That's the attitude we need to adopt. They also tend to separate personal value from business performance, and this is critical. You cannot build a business if you feel personally or emotionally attacked every time something doesn't go as expected. That will end in a disaster, okay? Again, it's not that men are better. It's just that they are often less emotionally attached to the outcome of their business. And so they build their business and then they sell it, and they build another one, they sell it, and a lot of women struggle to do that because we put ourselves more into our business. Again, gross generalizations, but I've seen this happen over and over. Remember, it's just business. It's not personal. We're going to keep talking about that. All right, so why do we not want to make business emotional? Well, first of all, let me just add that if you are an emotional being, you're going to feel emotions when you build a business. That's normal. But there's a difference between feeling emotions and allowing those emotions to keep us stuck. All right? When we get in that emotional roller coaster, that's where it causes us problems, and we get stuck and we don't keep taking action. For example, have you ever had a failed launch and thought, I'm a failure? This launch failed, this product didn't sell, ergo, something's wrong with me. That can be a stereotypically female trait where we think that negative business performance means something negative about us. Or maybe you put out a video or a post that got very few views on social media, and your thoughts immediately go to, nobody wants what I have, womp womp. Another negative to those emotional roller coasters is thinking that people don't like you or there's something wrong with you. Someone unsubscribes from an email and you think, oh, these people don't like me. No, it doesn't have anything to do with it. And even if it does, it doesn't matter. It's business. It's not personal. Now, I get it. I totally understand this. I'm a woman, surprise. A lot of us are building businesses that are uniquely personal. I am a coach, and a lot of what I do is me. Like, I sell my coaching, which a huge part of is my personality and who I am. Maybe you have a content business, and a lot of that content is you. So I understand how it can feel personal, but it doesn't have to be. We can detach ourselves. We can manage our minds around these thoughts and make sure we don't enter that emotional roller coaster that's going to keep us stuck. Now, here's the cool thing about business. It's all neutral. It's full of neutral information, data, feedback, experiments, trial and error. Everything we do in business can remain neutral if we choose to make it so. Now, the fact of the matter is every successful entrepreneur fails over and over and over again. So here's my question for you. How are you going to interpret your failures? What are you making your failures mean? If you go into business thinking, well, I'm going to be a successful business owner, not expecting those failures and those setbacks, you are going to be disappointed and you're going to enter that emotional roller coaster and it's going to be really hard to pull yourself out of. If you go in expecting the setbacks, expecting the failures and knowing this is the path to successful entrepreneurship, you're going to do so much better. All right, so we've talked about why sometimes those manly traits do better and the danger of getting stuck emotionally in these roller coasters. So now the next part is how to shift into that more masculine energy when needed. All right, step number 1, separate your identity from your business outcomes. You are not your business. Say that with me. You are not your business. This is you. Here is your business over here, a separate entity, not you. Also important to know, rejection is information, not judgment. All right, so when someone rejects your email, your post, your offer, that is just information that something was not in alignment. Maybe the person wasn't ready. Maybe it was sold in a way that wasn't appealing to them. Maybe the price point was too high or too low. Maybe it wasn't exactly what they needed at the right time. All just information. And if we can keep our emotions out of it and not feel judged or attacked or rejected personally, we can learn from it. Do you see how if I go into a scenario where I'm pitching someone my coaching program and they say no, and I immediately get emotional and feel judged, what am I going to learn from that experience? Nothing, except for maybe how to binge a pint of Ben and Jerry's after I feel crappy. Instead, if I neutrally look at that data and think, what could it be that wasn't in alignment for this potential client and how can I fix it next time? So much better. We're going to naturally improve for the next time. All right, so that's step number 1, detach your identity from your outcomes. Step number 2 for shifting into that masculine energy is adopting a test and learn mentality. Like I said, there's going to be lots of failures, lots of experiments. I just like looking at a business as a big science experiment. Everything you try is an experiment, not a final verdict. It's just something we're trying and seeing how it works. So when you put something out into the world, if you can put it out with that mentality of, let's try this and see what happens next. Oh, that didn't work so well. Or that worked better than the other thing, but not quite as good as that thing. All right, let's tweak it. Let's change it. Let's test again. Test and learn, test and learn, test and learn. That's step number 2. All right, step number 3, stop waiting to feel ready. If you wait to feel ready, your opportunities will pass you by. And those who are acting before they feel ready will be the ones who succeed. So embrace that B- effort, embrace that imperfect action, just go. Just try something. The quicker you try, the quicker you get that feedback, the quicker you get the data that you can analyze, the quicker you fail, and the quicker you succeed. Every time you postpone action until it feels right or you feel ready or it feels perfect, you're wasting time because I guarantee you the first, second, third time will not be perfect. So the quicker you can get through those, the quicker you get to the solution that will work. And just remind yourself, you're figuring it out as you go. One of my favorite things to tell my clients is that building a business is like building an airplane in the air with no instruction manual. It's scary, it's terrifying, you have no idea what's going to happen, but you're just giving it a shot. Let's build it, let's reconfigure, let's try again until we get some altitude. And then step number 4 from leaning into that masculine energy is lead with discipline and not emotion. When you lead with emotion, you only show up when you feel good. You only sit down to work when it feels positive and you feel like you're going to win. That is not how business works. You have to get in there every day, day after day, whether you like it or not. So schedule your work in your calendar, show up, and no matter what your mood, just get to work. And trust me, the motivation comes. The excitement comes after you try over and over and over. So as a reminder, to shift into that masculine energy, we're going to detach our identity from what comes out of our business. We are going to adopt that test and learn mentality. We're just trying and trying and trying again. We are going to act before we feel ready, not after. And we are going to show up with discipline every day, not according to the whims of our moods. Remember, my friends, your womanly gifts are powerful and God-given, but they can sabotage your progress if you let them. We're not going to let them. Sometimes you need to adopt a little bit of that manly energy and that mindset to protect your momentum and just keep going. I firmly believe that God made you perfectly capable of building your business exactly with its strengths and skills you have now, but part of your growth process will be learning to lead others and yourself with discipline and wisdom and not letting yourself spiral because your emotions get out of control. All right, friends, I would love to hear in the comments below, what is one area you've been too hard on yourself and you've been leading with emotion instead of with action? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more videos on mindset and strategy for your business. Talk to you next time.